Good morning. These are your Nassau Guardian highlights for Friday, December 12th, 2025, brought to you by your daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and for the visually impaired. Please remember to like and share our Facebook page, YouTube, and WhatsApp channels. We begin with the lead story. The Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025 has passed in the Senate, following heated debate and strong objections from the official opposition. Attorney General Ryan Pinder defended the legislation, saying it strengthens border security, targets human smuggling networks, and closes gaps in the law. He rejected claims that the bill is an asylum bill and accused the Free National Movement of hypocrisy, noting that an FNM administration had previously drafted, but never tabled, a nationality, immigration, and asylum bill. The government removed a controversial immunity clause that would have protected smuggled migrants from prosecution, saying it listened to public concerns. Opposition senators argued the bill could still place new burdens on public services and questioned whether Bahamians would truly benefit. Despite objections, the bill was approved, with the government insisting it imposes the harshest penalties yet on migrant smugglers, while maintaining existing detention and repatriation procedures. Also on the front page, the United States ambassador to the Bahamas, Herschel Walker, presented a $500,000 grant to the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies to support disaster relief efforts following Hurricane Melissa. The funding will assist families in the southern Bahamas with home repairs and help replenish emergency supplies ahead of future storms. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper welcomed the donation, calling it a sign of the strong and enduring partnership between the Bahamas and the United States. Another front-page story reports strong ticket sales for the upcoming Junkanoo parades. Organizers say several sections for the Boxing Day parade are already sold out, including premium and VIP seating. This year's parades are being managed by the National Junkanoo Committee, following a controversial transition from the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. Despite earlier concerns about public backlash, officials say demand has increased, with more tickets available than in previous years. Also making the front page, a renewable energy firm, Renugen Pro Limited, announced plans to raise funds through a public offering to support solar and liquefied natural gas projects on Cat Island, San Salvador, and Long Island. Company officials say preliminary work is already underway, with completion targeted for 2027. The projects are part of broader efforts to improve energy reliability in the Family Islands. Moving inside the paper, the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services held a passing out ceremony for 59 new officers, known as Squad A, after 28 weeks of training. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper addressed the recruits, emphasizing discipline, professionalism, and service as they join the national corrections system. In infrastructure news, Bahamas Power and Light confirmed that electricity has been restored to Abaco following widespread outages caused by a failed compressor and cable fault. While most areas were re-energized overnight, a small number of customers remained without power due to unrelated technical issues. An Abaco MP has called on BPL to consider bill credits for residents affected during the holiday season. In health news, more than 50 individuals were honored at Government House for their contributions to the national response to HIV and AIDS, marking 40 years of coordinated effort in the Bahamas. Health officials highlighted major progress in treatment, reduced stigma, and declining diagnosis rates, while stressing that continued education and prevention remain essential. The courts were also in focus, as a corrections officer testified in the murder trial of an inmate accused of killing his cellmate at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. The trial continues today. Community and education news includes Zonta Bahamas leading a national call to end digital violence against women and girls. Through a public symposium and webinar, experts examined how online abuse intersects with gender-based violence and called for stronger digital literacy, advocacy, and protection for vulnerable populations. Students in Exuma were also featured, with 12th grade students from St. Andrew's Anglican School participating in a dining etiquette luncheon designed to prepare them for graduation and professional life. Turning now to the editorial and letters to the editor. The Guardian's editorial urges Bahamians to remember those most in need this Christmas season, noting that despite positive economic indicators, many families continue to struggle with high living costs, electricity bills, and food prices. The editorial calls for generosity, volunteerism, and support for charities, emphasizing that how a society treats its most vulnerable is a true measure of its humanity. In letters to the editor, one writer calls for peace and action against gun violence, urging communities to stand together to protect the nation's youth. Another letter focuses on integrity and good governance, highlighting the role of nonprofits and faith-based organizations in strengthening communities and calling for better data-based consultation and support for civil society. Finally, on the business front page, alongside the renewable energy story, readers are reminded that major infrastructure, energy, and investment projects remain central to economic planning, even as affordability concerns continue to dominate public conversation. You've been listening to your Nassau Guardian highlights for Friday, December 12th, 2025. Remember, staying informed is not just about knowing the news, it's about understanding your world so you can better shape your future. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.